This season was definitely confusing to me in the sense that I liked it and I didn't like it at the same time. Now, for a little clarification, it has been a long time since watched the first two seasons of the show. I mean, obviously, it took me this long to get through the third season, but I remembered it, still having the lessons, still teaching things, being a good show, but also being a parody more of Star Trek at the same time. It was always clearly its own thing. This season, they definitely went much more the Star Trek route with showing how the world could be, how we can get to this place. You know, Showing about how you need to be open to other cultures and other ways that people behave, or in this case, how other races behave. That was all really clear this season, and it was good. And the biggest positivity about that, I'll say, is I've been watching a lot of Star Trek recently, and I kept forgetting, to be honest, that this wasn't in the Star Trek universe. It was just that good. They were doing what they wanted to do, I think. But by the same token, it just kept hitting me. I kept feeling things, which was good. All this was good with, the characters, the performances, the stories were all good, and they did what they wanted to do, and they're solid. But they just kept hitting me, and I was like, okay, these are good, but this isn't what I thought this show was. I thought this show was more of a parody, like I said, of Star Trek. So, again, that probably is just from how long it's been since I watched the first two seasons. But I just remember laughing and smiling more and having those seasons entertain me more. The other thing about this season, I didn't like how long these episodes were. I thought this show worked better, honestly, when it was like 42 minutes because of, commercials and stuff. I wasn't thrilled with this like hour and 20-minute long episode thing. But I do think there was a lot of good stuff overall. The next to last episode I really liked because it totally took a different turn in the fact that instead of feeling like Star Trek, it felt like Star Wars. I mean, the ship designs, them going down the trenches, Death Star. It was clearly Death Star stuff. And then the final episode kind of felt like it was an epilogue to the season, or could have been the start of another season. It was definitely, for me, the one I had the most fun with, the one I smiled and laughed a lot more at. I really liked the story. It was entertaining. So yeah, I do hope they do another season, and maybe it'll be just as good, if better.